bush TV in the night, having late nights on the road. Gotta keep an eye open for the wild animals. And my phone updated, and since the update my camera isn't doing as well as it was. It's morning, close to our Namibian foodforest homestead. Do you want to see how a lot of pipes look? That's the pipes for the homestead. Big job said. Back at the homestead, this flower looks more beautiful every day. I thought the other day it was fully flowered, but it seems today it's fully flowered. And I think this one came out beautifully. Now I gotta make a basin. So on the W3W Wednesday, you can see the damage from the frost. It's white now there on the top. And just to show, like last year or the year before that, the loquats, they really got a punch with the frost. Now this is periwinkle. It got frost, you can see it. But this loquat is doing still well. So, you know, the older a tree gets, it seems, you know, it can tolerate more frost. And so we're not too stressed about the frost. The things, they die down and they come back out. The citruses got frost. I thought they could handle more. They didn't get such a punishment last year. I think it is Steve that said in the comments about we should not focus on trees that can get frost damage. Well, we try rather to, you know, mitigate it in, how shall I say, permaculture, lazy ways. And like this is an avocado and it's still beautiful and perfect. The overstory canopy helps a lot with this one. The drum that is all full of oil is providing heat in the night. And this is a natural high area, about a meter higher than maybe there, I would say. So that all helps to keep it hotter here. And so yeah, it's all about establishing microclimates for us. Kivit is also making good progress here today. I think it will be done definitely today. We're digging it a little bit in this time because the sheep, they do like to crawl under. So still got to sort this one out. It's not really my problem, that's Boo's problem. Don't tell her. More in the bush today than on the homestead. Look at all these bush flowers. But they're very prickly. They got nasty thorns and they're sharp and hard. Very tough. I guess you could say for me it was a bush TV day. I was sorting out bush TVs, some firewood. More on that in a bit. Just want to show you quickly here in the sandy area. We got these wildflowers. So this is the problem with them. They got nasty thorns. So they really get stuck on you quickly. So beautiful yet so thorny. So yes, in the sandy area. Love these trees. They don't want to grow there in our food forest. We got one at the back though. This is how we make Greta Thunberg's knees weak. The guys were chopping wood and they didn't chop it to the right size. And so in an effort to help them out, I said, okay, I'll buy the wood for us here at the homestead. So, Bush TV. We've got probably enough firewood for the whole winter. Give it sorted out, this wire here. So basically the fence is done. Also closed up the small part here between Boo's lettuce garden and the field. So now the problem is the bush fence. The bush fence is about 5 years old, so it's really not tip top anymore. And then there's places like this, it's just the road through. So got to patch up a few places, and then the sheep have free roam. So all the nasty bushes are going to the fence. The grapes that was planted last week are also still doing well. I see we have a few minutes left on the video. Let's watch some news. We had a snakey here in the grass. Just bush pigs at the pond. Bottom right is the time. They're in the morning there early, and then around 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Quite a few having a party. This is a nice close-up from today. A tiny bit of bad news here from Bunnylawn. This one didn't make it. This Food Forest Friday is a big day for these 3 sheep here on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. Kom Scabby. They have free roam to this area today, half of the whole food forest. The chickens are also camped out today. I think I gotta make a plan with water for them. And I fear for all my lemongrasses. Food Forest Friday indeed. If the chickens can only do their job. Look at all these termites. Today I have to go get the mixer so that we can do that hopefully on Monday. So I don't have time to save this one, but this lemongrass is so beautiful right here at the gate. We'll see what the sheep does with it. A quick drive through the African bush. Good news, the sheep, they actually went back to their camp, their kraal at night. We were so happy. Oh yeah, so we went to the mixer. This was a very lovely area. Enjoy the ride. Now we're in the thick of things, about 100+ kilometers east from the Food Forest homestead. Seems it's a bit colder here in the sandy area because these trees on the side with the yellow leaves they didn't get frost damage there at our place yet. I should really look into the name of that for you. These trees.
Okay.
C33? No, 344. The plans are set in stone and unfolding, but your coffees makes it go a lot faster. So thank you very, very much. We really do appreciate it. See, the mixer is on site. Constantly lekker. The free range, free roamers are indeed enjoying the Food Forest Friday all over. Termite snacks. I had a look through there on the subscriber list, and I see news channels that subscribe to us. Now that is very weird and must mean that yes, indeed, we are the news. This way we exit the matrix. No, silly, we're not digging a rabbit hole. We're digging a pond. In between watering block 7-2, a jolly July. It just worked out that it's 4-7 there on the 4th. And I got a few spectators too. Eagerly awaiting water here. Some fresh water. It's all about the magic of that camera. Let's see what animals come drink fresh water here. So how you want to do it is the sand part. You throw it the furthest, and then the clay is on the inside, so that the clay wash back and can make its thing there and do its job. For the most part, the camera only clocked some cows there, and they bumped also on the camera. But yeah, the pigs is there again, and we got Lekker. Lovely Makalani palms next to the road. A word of advice: if you're a tourist in Namibia or wanting to come to Namibia, you shouldn't look like a tourist, so refrain from using those with the logos and stuff. You're better off using just a normal unmarked car, or you know, one with normal Windhoek's number plates. That way they don't target you as much. The algorithm likes it when I sell you something. So really today, guys, this, have you seen this? That stuff, ooh, that stuff is the best stuff. Link down below. It's only like $1, and yes, it makes your day. Do you know that? It makes your day. Have a lekker day. Welcome to the Namibian side of our Food Forest homestead, where we endeavor to create permacultures and tropic agroforest, regenerative agriculture,
Food Forest
whatever you
Friday.
want to call it. This is going to be a hardcore bush TV. Strap in, buckle up, light that fire. Just kidding. We can't have a hardcore bush TV on our baby. No, on our baby YouTube channel, on our baby channel. No, you gotta go check out on our other NFFH channel for a Lekker hardcore bush TV soon to drop. But until then, really want to say thank you very much for all the coffees. It's making this moment also possible. It helped with the mission we're on. We're on the way to go get a guy. It looks like I'll be able to afford a month of salary. So we're gonna get one of those Independence Day soldiers. And he's gonna come work for us for a month, hopefully, help us out with this and that. And this is a baby hardcore bush TV, don't click off yet. We're going to do something super cool. No, yes, it's gonna be a big job. Stay tuned. Thank you for those coffees. It really does make everything possible also. Thank you. Suck it Sunday. Sometimes we have to work on the Sunday because this system just steals so much of our time. Tomorrow is a Mukoso is getting some firewood for the evening. Yes, Mukoso?
Yes.
Lekker, lekker. You ready for a month of hard work?
Yes.
Nice. Mukoso actually has a chainsaw. He just prefers it this way. It's easier and quicker. You don't need a machine when you are the machine, eh? Buck the system. That's what I wanted to say. Getting independent from the system, I mean. Today, it's a big, beautiful blue Monday, and we're going to literally move these little mountains up there and bucker the system our own little way. Finding the right people is not always easy, but once you do, the job is really fun and a breeze. It's turning out to be quite an expensive day. I rather tried to err on the wrong side, so I got a hand or two extra, that we don't struggle and that the job goes easy and that my hands are free to take a bush TV movie for you. Can't wait to climb up there just now. Halfway up there, we're making a plan here, tying the ladder there. We have a plan, we hope it works. I am officially the first person to stand up here. Lovely view. Now I can see and plan the food forest from a whole different angle. A lot of hands. I figure that's the quickest way. Still got to figure out the logistics. This is basically the first round. Here we go. There it's going. And then the next one is ready to go. Awesome. The inspectors are also here, making sure everything is up to standard. All the documents, the engineer design, that's still there, you know. Papa government is happy. The inspectors are happy. So, shoot, we're one guy short from here to take the buckets and empty them out and to put them back there. The poles will definitely need a good cleaning, probably a repaint sometime, but that's no priority. So far the roof sheets are holding up very well, better than expected. Quite a windy day today. Erik,
Yeah.
dankie my bro. Last time I look at the small details. It's all good. So there you go. That works to do a slab like that. Just some really the cheapest roof sheets, tied with wire there on the ends with lip channels. Easy as pie. Here at the back, at the kraal, because also early morning put in a gate that we can navigate through easier, which makes me think he must make another gate or two for me in this bush fence. But he's camping there for now, still waiting for the volunteer. I'm thinking he's running scared. Where are you, mate? Since we won't be getting any rain for months, Mukoso is finding the water pipe there. I hope I'm gonna remember this. The plan is the bathroom shower at the end, so that's why we can tee in there, and then from there in this wall I can run to the front, the kitchen area, whatever, for a kitchen sink one day, however big we want to dream with this thing. So yeah, that would be easy. The door would be on this way, so the pipe won't be obstructed in this wall. Anyway, so I used to be very much more of a perfectionist, not so much anymore, but this thing is not level even with the eye, and it's painful. So thanks to your coffees, and while the tractor was available and many hands make work light, we got a bunch of gravel for Kabasha too. Guys, thank you very much, ne? Thank you. Awesome. So yes, really, after that, what can we ever do that would feel big? Finally that slab is done, that water tower is done. It's been years. But so after lunch, these guys are helping me quick with taking down these poles. Well, they came all the way to help me for the day, the 2 extra hands, and so they'll remove these poles for us, that we can make the space for the kitchen there, etc, etc. And those poles needs to be taken out. My plans has changed here a bit. It's a shame this center pole, the guys didn't treat it properly, and then they planted it deeper than the pole was treated. It should have been treated a bit higher up. So it's really just down to the core. That's still strong, termites ate it. And look at this worm that's inside the wood. The treated pole looks very, very nice indeed. Glad to see my treatment worked. We burned it and then we painted it with old car oil. Oh, there's a bit of weakness down there. Just some homestead news. The sheep, they walked into this camp by themselves, just as I was hoping for, and now they closed in. So now they're gonna stay in here for a few days until I see a change in here. The soil is very hard, and yeah, do your thing. Oh, so there's a story coming up. Stay tuned. Here inside our clay cabasho, we're also gonna throw a bit of concrete here to make a small foundation step thing, whatever you wanna call it, because the floor level is not at the level yet. This is just the temporary floor, and so I can't build on this level and then my floor will crack and all of that. So I'm making a little bit of stepping things, and we'll build on that some walls and make slabs and build it much the same way as this. This one is looking great too. So it was about 2 hours this morning prep work, getting the guys together, and then it took them 2 hours to finish that slab there in the sky. The sheep are indeed very well behaved. They don't eat much of the sorghum, and my lemongrasses are still well. Very happy to see that. All working together beautifully, so I can sit back and relax. For 3 to 4 years, we've been experimenting with different ways to grow food with minimal input, minimal amendments to the soil, no compost, no fertilizers, no pesticides. Growing food right here in the African bush. It's so easy, it almost feels illegal. No, it's a struggle though. You hungry today, mate? If we can do it, you can do it. Stop taking out all those grasses. Let it grow. Bunnies love it. And you know it. You love bunnies. Lekker, lekker. These are the cutest sheep. They come to their camp at night, all on their own accord. They don't need a shepherd. They're sheep of their own. Lekker, lekker. Spending a bit of time inside the clay cabasho and figuring out the camera. Ooh, this one doesn't have stabilizer. The apps. Really need a new app for filming. Anyway, so you don't want to plaster a clay wall with cement, and that I knew. There are ways to mitigate it. A joint between or right down that pole, and on this long wall I wanted the guy to actually plaster strips. And now in the end, you know, from intuitively I knew we should have like had straight lines there and stop and the next day continue. But anyways, my priority wasn't to have it looking nice. My priority was to get it done so that we can live in here. So definitely, if you want your place to look nice, easy as pie, you just plaster straight strips. And then it cracks there and it looks better. But there's other ways. We're gonna explore it in the future too. Lime wash on the walls. Definitely not the best finish there, but if you can see, there's a straight line and that's where it's cracking. Cracking. It's cracking, eh? awake the kraken. I don't think they make poison strong enough for these African freaking pests. Because I sprayed these poles with some expensive poison and still we have the termites. Talking about this versus this, nice and neat. I don't like your game. So I came to stop while bucking up the system. Oh hey, so I hear you like stories. Now I have a story for you today. Story time! Today, I don't think the guys even watch the Bush TVs. Do they even have any idea who I am? But they just randomly ran up to me and come and told me. Especially the foreman. They're at the point that they want to take their boss. Boo isn't happy with the way I was telling my story last night, so basically the guys complained about, you know, their boss not sorting out food on time, like as if that's the most difficult thing on earth to do. And you know, like, hey, it's already rolling, let's just keep rolling. Well, watering block 4 in the afternoon, let me add, so while the foreman was telling me the story, and he's like talking about the people that's just like leaving the job and walking away, and I'm like asking him when last, and he's like, you see those people there, they just now decided also to just walk away. And I'm like, there's like 3-4 guys in the road walking. I thought they just walking somewhere on their Sunday, and no, they were walking away. Hey, my bro, you know, because he's not listening. He's even too busy to watch a Bush TV. Because, you know, there's better things to do, man. Thank you for those emails and pictures, you guys. It is really an inspiration and so fantastic to hear and see that Bush TVs are lighting fires and that gardens are growing. You know what that makes me want to do? Just add some more wood to that Bush TV for you. For this little guy, it's a blue Monday. Oh, there he's out. Early morning, the ducks were chilling here at the front door, and I thought, let me just record it. Look, there's some green in the bananas, and there's some flowers, even in the winter. For me, it's a busy blue sky Monday too. Not sure how much of a Bush TV this would be, but hey, guess what? I don't want to make promises, but we haven't looked at that bush camera in quite a while. I'm not sure what's going to be on there. The cows bumped it at some point. We don't visit the pond often, and so let's check it out. Just before we get to that, wow, can you look at that? We got clouds. It's like the first time in a month or two that we are seeing clouds. No hope for rain though. But before we get to that, shall we use it as a cliffhanger until the end of this video or the next video? Before we get to that, of course, I've been working on this whole stretch this whole day. It's a good, wow, like a good 60 meters, pretty much. And it's nice and deep. Not that straight. It looks complete as if Greg was dodging some stones here. There's another one for these ones I used to make the roofs for the little cages there at Banilon. There's another nice one. So before we get to that, about 2,300 photos to go through for you. Let's go.
They called me wild, they called me wrong, but I was fire all along. I came to break what had to fall, to tear the world said no, but I felt yes, a rebel heart, a soul to bless. They called me strange, too loud, too wild, but I was just a cosmic child. I held the storm within my chest to plant the seeds for all the rest. We came to remember, we came to feel, to crack the code and make it real. In every laugh, in every tear, the new earth shines because you're here. I came to heal the roots below, so crystal hearts can start to glow.
Did you catch that one? We actually got an aardvark coming to drink water at the pond. We have to document this. It is the first day in quite a few days. I tried to draw horses there. They ate Boo's garden on that day. It's the first day in quite a few days that we don't have animals in the homestead. Yesterday, a bunch of cows came in here. It's a wonder the sheep doesn't disappear overnight. We also early morning fixed that fence again. So yeah, now it's all closed up again, and hopefully no animals will enter. It's a Life Tuesday here. Living on the edge, trying to get up here. Have a little bit of water that we can clear the slab that was casted yesterday. But difficult to get up there, but a plan will be made. Very quickly, very quietly, here at the back, we want to make a sneaky door or a gate, so that we don't have to drive on the main road and have a second point of entry exit. You know, it's never good to have one point of entry into your area and then you can be blocked in. So a last look at how this is looking. I'm gonna have to go take that mixer back now, and this is the long job from Ukoso while I'm away, that he open up and make a gate. While I'm here in between two dunes, just dropped off that cement mixer on the way back to the homestead now. I thought, let me take this moment and tell you about my mission to get out of the system. So in about, 2010 is the first time that I got this idea. Okay, so check there. The first time that I, figure something out, but I didn't have all the puzzle pieces and didn't really know, and then I started working, and then the money rolled in, and then new problems appeared, etc. And so continued on with that, and still, it's always difficult most to kind of know and see what's going on and not understand everything and so on. So in 2017 I just decided, alright, buck it, I'm gonna quit. And so yeah, I was unemployed, just left everything, and was a bit of a struggle, a bit of a mission, but infinitely better than the nonsense I had to deal with. And then 2020 came around, and it was quite a big thank you for those guys. I guess we must say thank you to Bill Gates, because that really made things clear. And now it's clear what the mission is. Problem, reaction, solution. We're gonna create a problem to their problem. We are the problem to their problem. And this is the solution. Gravel roads for days, bush where you look. So seriously, if you also are, you know, there, then welcome here. And if you want to come make a mission here, check out the posts. I've posted the post there long ago in the post, but maybe you haven't heard about it or don't know about it. A few guys wants to put a few bucks together, you know, not 100 people, then it defeats the purpose. 10 guys, then the price is more affordable for a piece of land. And then to just buckle down and do some permaculture, planting food for the future, getting independent and all that. So if that might be your cup of tea, reach out. I'll throw there the email for you. So okay, let me get back to the homestead and see what this day holds for us. Well, come to think about it, 100 people would make it so much affordable and easy to buy a really big piece of land. And well, if you like your flat, we'll build a flat building there and everybody can stay in their flat in the bush, connected to Wi-Fi and work from home. Why do you want to sit in Brazil when you can be in Namibia? Lekker, lekker. That is not our only project we're running with. There's also a guy, good old Frank, and his unit. Before I say too much there, Frank, the guy that brought me a new phone. People, they want to do a science project basically. Who doesn't like science? Science is fun. So they want to transform desert into bush. Here in Namibia, they would like to try that. And then some other people, like you see, I'm just here in the middle. None of these are my things. I just see some bush TVs burning there, and I'm wanting to throw more wood on that fire and spread the message. So anyways, if you are having a piece of land here and you are struggling with the current economic situation, maybe reach out and there's deals to be made, you know. And what's better than transforming desert into bush? Look at all this lovely bush. And now I'm transforming this bush into edible food forest, because it's only the kudus that eat this. And thank you very much for borrowing us that mixer. It really makes a lot of dreams come true. This morning I made a quick plan. Now I had a proper plan with a rope tied there and there on that end, and so when climbing up from this end I at least have a handle to get onto this flat surface, because it's a bit nerve-wracking up here. Not that I'm scared of heights, but it gets to you. A very lucky view. So for now I'm keeping that open. Maybe it looks like a good rainy season this year, and I'll clean it up and rip it apart and plant there. I don't know. That's the syntropic agroforest to be part. So we want to start clearing trees in lines, or clear it up in lines so that there's tree lines. There's that lovely Makalani. There's this long swell. Anton dug most of it. I forgot what I wanted to say while I was up here. A pocket fell in, a pocket or two. That sucks. We never finished it on top after. We just pulled it off with a straight edge. So that must have happened a bit later. But all in all, it's very good and perfect. Oh, here's a crack. This crack is bigger since I'm up here. Of course, it's now about 24 hours. But yeah, the real test will be when that 2,500 liter tank is up here and full of water. 30 days this baby must stand and cure now. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Not sure how interesting or boring you're gonna find this, but I can tell you also, me and Mukoso, we just had a walk down there, long way where the pipe must go, and made some plans how and yeah, how we shall do it. Because at the moment some workers, they went away to another place, and so the workers in the area is also a bit less that's available. Well, there's some other farms with extra workers, it seems, but it's far away. And you know the story, they're gonna complain about their boss to me. So yeah, now it's just basically all up to me and that Mukoso. And so we decided, all right, he can clear the road for me on days that I'm not here, and then we can fit in the tractor there with a plow thing, whatever. It's like a one-tooth ripper, and then we can open up the trench and have an easier job digging it. So year one for these, they're having a head start. We'll have some new ones the next rainy season. The gate is done and looking good. A bit small and tight, but what more do we need? And now we have a view of the back there. It looks amazing. Now I can finally see it. Would really be cool if we could have a fence all the way to see to the pond also. From the dock, overflow, outflow. We finally planted this one out, just here, near to the bush fence, between these makalanis. It's a 50-50. We're gonna create a lot of chaos for ourselves. It's a perfect breeding ground for snakes and stuff. So, but it's spiky and thorny. Good for a fence. We'll see what it does over the years and if it even survives. Today I totally forgot about feeding the bunnies. And that reminds me, I forget to tell you about this awesome thing about bunnies. You can forget to feed them. As long as they have grasses, you can literally for 2 days or so, just make sure they have water and grass and they are fine. Very lazy homestead animals. Very perfect for when you are busy with other things also. So there the idea goes. Wanted to do more than this, but I've been so busy with this and that today. On this Food Forest Friday, we can really throw a few F's there into the mix extra. I took a page from Mukoso's old boss, and Mukoso looks like a chilled guy. You see, it doesn't help I can pay his salary, but we don't have work to do. So I took his salary to buy some cement. Well, we are here now. So from here to where I must pay him, we're gonna hope for a miracle. I took his salary money and bought some cement so we can work. Lekker Mukoso. Yes. Mukoso is alright with it. Hola! We got some pots, some Ola pots. I think it was Barskor in the comments. He asked that we experiment with putting Ola pots under some trees. This is the only one that's really proper. We didn't have much choices there. There wasn't the perfect ones. So, but I think this one will work too. We can have a big stone to close it. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll show you what's the plan. On the south side of this tree, thinking about which trees will benefit the most from this, is a K apple. They grow in South Africa, I understand, along the shores of riverbanks. So there's a pot. Oh, and I got a lemongrass. I think that could benefit well here too. Yeah. Let's give it some afternoon sun that side. So I'll bury the pot just now, but I got something here in my pocket. I call it my hamburger bun. I found this on a beach somewhere, and wouldn't you know it, seems to fit there quite nicely. Alright, so there goes one. For number 2, let's do the bamboo. Nicely tucked in there on the south side, in the shade. How important do you think is it to put a lid on it? Well, I guess that's quite important, so I'll make a plan later. We're on the south side of the world, so sun is towards the north. That's why on the south side of the trees, maybe for you on the north side of the trees if you're watching from the north. Anyways, this one is on the north, just to be easier to access than there behind. Here's a lemongrass that's struggling, and this is a date palm. So there goes number 3. I hope it's gonna make an improvement, because this date palm is like 3-4 years old. So, and I got a rock that should be fine there for now. That's a fake flower, don't worry about it. So for now, here near our front door, we'll chill number 4. This lavender was doing so well in its pot that was standing here, so we just planted it here. It's got quite some nice. Anyway, so I got this out there, some strawberry small ground cover and some mint, which we can go propagate somewhere else, easy as pie. So while having to water block 7, always slacker to figure out which pipe is which here. That ground cover came to block 7, and the other day from that prickly thing I saved the baby, and there it is, right here at the pond gate. And we'll see how much of a problem that might make for us in the future. So yeah, right there in the shade is some of the stuff. Planting stuff everywhere. Fun. Very early morning, Greg and Mkoso helped me with this gate that his wife finished to tie up there, and so we're making a plan here to fit that gate and have it a bit tight, that so that all these African mosquitoes and bugs can't enter our kabashi. So a bit of prep work for the summer. So for those playing I Spy, we're here on the turn. So what, that's about 500 meters or so that the guy got cleared up for us very nicely here. Some other guys were here before, and so his job is very easy at some places, but some places is still very full of bushes. And but I think today he can finish this. So, you know, in the spirit of factorizing all the factors satisfactorily, and getting to that automation on the FFF Friday. Between me and Boo, it's been a busy day. So, going to be very awesome when we can automate all these things one day. I think it is a priority to get this road here done. And then hopefully early next week we'll rip here. And then it's a big job for Mkoso to open up the trench that we can put that pipe down. So yes, there we go. Automating on the Friday. Oh yes, and these roof sheets, I got them a while ago. I told you about it. Finally they are here on site. It's for Banilon for the roof. Now Mkoso says he hasn't ever done roofing work really. He's done some brickwork apparently, but so we'll see if we can get him to fix bunny lawn roof there for us some point. Like we said before, planting in tires is not really working well. It bakes too hot. Plus, what plastic and poison those tires are giving off. But you know what works well? Tires stacked like this. If you have a small tree there, and you have tires even just up to there. Look, the trees are fine at the bottom. At the top they got some frost. These guys are still persisting. Oh, the pond is nice and full. Quickly, I want to show you, especially those in the northern parts of the world. Here it is extremely dry. It's now more or less in the middle of winter, 2 months or so since the last rain. So when we walk into the forest, the natural bush here, well, on the topic today of forests, it's quite dry, you know. Okay, there's not so much mulch either, but it's bone dry. So that's just how the natural conditions are. If you dig down maybe 1.5 meters, then you'll get some moisture if you don't get to the gravel rock layer. So it makes the things different here than there where you guys are from, what I see and experience. Just thought to tell you. So we're here at the beehive thing. I haven't seen any activity here, but it's winter, so I don't think it's the right time. So I have a suspicion it's soon in a month or so that they might be able to migrate, and we'll check up on it and make a plan then. Perhaps this example is a bit better. More mulch, still bone dry. But nice soil. These musharas, they change the soil quite nicely around them because they drop a lot of leaves. Here at block 3 is another perfect example of how our winters go. It is so hot during the days. These ones are sprouting again until they get big enough to get frost. And the cycle continues. A lot of noise later with the grinder and generator. We're ready to do this after lunch. I got one here at the very front because I think I'm going to stand on this one to get up there. Definitely not that I got to tell you to stay tuned. It seems our regular viewers are very tuned indeed. But stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully tomorrow morning when I wake up and I can still remember, then fun. We're gonna get the cow. So Molly, thank you. Mr. CPM there. And on 201, thank you very much. Tomorrow is a fun day. You want to stay tuned and see the cow and the calf. Halfway there, it's looking like this. The rebar is in. My temporary supports here is doing its job. So that one is done. So this one needs a nice finish with this seal. But something that I have found over the years is, instead of leaving it like that and finishing it later, to come with a plastic one and just start getting it more or less flat. It's easier to finish off later, plus this is making a surface that the water will better stand on and accumulate on and cure it. So also the downside is it's going to take a bit more time then for the concrete to dry. So where I might have been able to start finishing it in an, I don't know, hour or two or whatever, this will now probably take a bit longer to dry out before I can finish it. But that is also a good thing, because now I can do some other things in the meanwhile. Lekker. For the afternoon here in the shade, Mukosa will clean bunny lawn out a bit. that it's proper and clean, that we can start to harvest the manure from here, and also to continue clearing up this area here for the sprinklers. Oh, and this guy, what is his story today? Just chilling here the whole time. So I just went to upload this video, but the Wi-Fi was just wasting my time. So, but the Wi-Fi was good enough that I got an email, and so the email must have been that you are the miracle that I was talking about earlier this morning. Thank you very, very much for that, coffees. We appreciate it, kind stranger. Really, thank you. There is a few sunflowers, but got to include a few flowers on the Food Forest Friday. Some wildflowers. I stopped for a moment to film the moon day for you, but back to permaculture. Check here, some random cotton in the bush. We had one behind the homestead, right in our fence. I should go check really on it, but I got some more really hardy seeds. Cool. Anyways, so there's the moon, especially big and close. The moon was very big and very close. I could see a lot of detail on it, but for some reason these new cameras really, they don't want to. It really seems they don't want you to record the moon. It feels like I'm misremembering, but the previous full moon was also there. From here at the stoep. Or he's here for war. The war on hunger, poverty, freedom and independence. Okay? Let's start the weekend edition with the long weekend edition. With this we got some firewood there. Bush TV 1. Some hot water in the shower. While tending this bush TV I felt something squishy. Luckily it didn't bite me. Here we got Bush TV 2. A bit of food here for me and Boo. Another piece of wood on it for you. 2. Bush TV 3 is chilling here under some pots. Of course we're tending this one. Thank you for all the support, the coffees. I'm busy with Mr. ICU there sleeping, or I don't know what. Anyways, waiting for this concrete. The one side is off, but it's still like a wet. So, quite a few hours on this. Last time I might have had a beer, I don't know. But in reassessment, it actually didn't look well. But I got a reset out here. Planned as well. I was struggling much. And I figured it out now. These things aren't made to last. Because I don't even pull very hard on it and then it breaks. And it's now what, maybe 3 years old? I think I bought it 2 years ago, this one. So nice job out there, guys. Thank you. My volunteer. You see, he's a volunteer because if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to pay him because he's actually an architect. So I've been waiting for the guy to come here to help us figure out this whole kitchen area thing we want to do. But for this part, I'm very sure what I want to do, setting out here. Anyways, I'm making this video quick to ask you. So please, if we can get like 1,000 subscribers, we can start the monetization process, eh? Like, we need a little bit of more hours, but I'm not too worried about those hours. But if we can get monetized, then we get money from YouTube, from you just watching our bush TVs, you know, and other people watching our bush TVs. And so that money would be great to help a guy like Mukoso, for real. Like, then I can spend the YouTube money on paying a salary for a guy and like pay him a bit more than a minimum, etc. And, you know, elevate the squid game for us all. So I know you are Lekker, and I see most of you watching are subscribed, but I know you have a Lekker friend too. Send it on. And guys, I see a few channels, creators are following us, so if you wouldn't mind, please, maybe a shout out there would be cool. Like, you know, if you're interested to watch Bush TV every now and then, please come subscribe. Otherwise, until then, we have nothing but time. Thank you for all your support. That's the Southern Cross peeking out there. I really got to find that military manual I saw one time. But so there's the Southern Cross that side, and there's 2 stars there. There it's focusing again. So a parallel line through there, or you know, a perpendicular line through there, plus through there. So that spot there, that's south, more or less, precisely. Lekker.
Set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love.
On the Saturday, the thing with the cow didn't work out. Long story, but I think, well, no stresses also. It's just not happening this week, which is maybe a good thing. So busy with a lot of fires in the irons in the fire, so maybe it's best if it waits another week or so. It just means basically another week or so me and Boo gotta wait before we can have some clean, nice, proper milk. So, and not that we are too much in a hurry for that cow. The cow is vaccinated and pokey-dokey, so you know, to get a clean cow, we gotta get a cow from up north, behind the red line of Namibia. Those guys don't vaccinate their cows for the most part. But then it got to stand in quarantine, and that's expensive. So one day I'm gonna get myself a cow from there that's unvaccinated for generations, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll start a new generation here. So the sheep did an alright job there. I think it's time that they can come out again. The one with black eye is really front of the wagon. Ran out and grabbed some of the first things that's green, some sorghum. But there they go again. Free as sheep can be. Papa also didn't make it through the weekend. He had one of those worms there on his back. Nasty stuff. So he's becoming mango food and papaya food. So there he goes. Rest in peace, my bro. Life hack 101. How do we afford all this? Thank you to your coffees. But before that even, the life hack here is if you keep your income very, very little, there's a certain amount, and below that you don't pay any tax here. So keeping your income low, then you don't support these freaking mafia scumbags, and then everything is lekker now. So this disgusting news was in the news recently, and yeah, really I don't want these Zionist compost juice in my country either. But on to some good homestead news. Just gonna censor myself here quickly. If one nation falls, we all fall. Okay? And I hear they like to play red light, green light, so that is what you gotta play with them. Or you know. While doing this and that, painting a bit on the afternoon over the lunchtime. It's block 3 watering time. So that means walking up and down a lot of times while doing stuff there. Navigating this gate very many times. Thinking about stuff, the compost challenge, etc. I really want to plant in here. It's almost too late for the winter. So I was scratching there and seeing why did my post fall over. And look at what I found. A bucketon. Quite like a big one. Alright, so this is basically my pebble beach. This is what I have. And doing that parts I've been doing so far, I see you use a lot of them. So I doubt I'll be able to make the whole walls like I wanted to. But here we go. If my phone wasn't so full, I would have sat here, played with sand, with the sands of time, and made a time lapse of Mkoso clearing this area. No, seriously. So the compost challenge, I've been thinking about it. For now, we haven't had worms because it felt just like another animals to get on the homestead and worry about. But here is a very nice spot. It's next to a road, so we can cart in material very easily with a car. And so we're gonna clear this area and dig it out. My plan is to put plastic and even have maybe an outflow with enough place for a bucket. Maybe we'll dig the bottom at the slope and put a pipe in, so all the drainage go into the pipe. We'll drill some holes into the pipe maybe. So we'll see if we can harvest the, what you call
Worm
it,
compost juice.
some of that lekker juice. And yeah, it should work perfectly here for the most day in between trees. It's shady. And the main reason why compost, let me go show you. Once that water tower is up here at block 2, I would really like these 3 lanes to be under sprinklers first, and then yeah, so but the thing is, this ground is really cement, so we will have to amend it to make it easier, especially for the expensive trees we've planted or bought. So the compost is not much that we have, and I thought, okay, let's get a head start with that and make a plan. Of course, it's not going to be fast. We have a lot of other priorities, but here on a random weekend afternoon, I decided to take some of your coffee monies and divert it to Mkoso for some extra hours, and we'll do a few things. Actually, the story goes like this. When I get some coffee monies, I like to steal a little bit for myself and then go spend it there at Banilon Towers. and buy stuff for there and work there. So we might get there. Not sure. That's the open plan. Let's see. That's a lot of work. Ground is hard and dry. We're gonna do something else, and the water can dig for us. Mukoso, it's alright. Just another brick in the wall. On the way to Banilon, here at block 3, watering still. We wanted to make a little duck pond here for quite a while now. Maybe some rocks here on the edge of these garden beds. I hope this tree is still alive. That's a Luciana. Anyway, so clearing up this quick. Maybe another day we can dig out the trench here. We have then a duck pond for the sheep to drink water instead of that bucket. Automating it some more over the weekend. And now it's ready. Looking like it's ready for a damn nice duck dam. Here we are at Banilon. So for an hour or what, Mukoso will fix up a few finer details here. I wasn't happy with what this net was doing. You must roll it back up to this line there. And yeah, some other nonsense, who cares. Check this out. It's very cool inside. Oh, indeed very cool. It's so hot outside even though it's winter. This thing is really fantastic. Like, I only put water in there, what, once in 12 days. Who's counting, you know? It's the fun thing. Don't really need to worry there too much about it. It's automated. And once the water tower is up, that tap will also be automated. Then I will give them probably water more often. But it keeps water for a long time. Also the roof sheets must come up there. Anyways. It's not all coffee monies. I bought this roll of wire the other day so that we can fix up that small pieces. There's a strip that's still not closed with wire. So finally that part is done. Stay tuned, Banilon would never be done. I've been thinking prime space to extend the cage. Hoping I can make a bush TV go live from up here from the water tower. A very nice sunset there. And the moon is still bright while hanging there from here at the stoop. What is going on here now? That piece of grass is alive. Oh, hey, I've been so busy. I think you recognize those sounds there in the background, the W3W war drums. I totally forgot. Popular demand. I've been having some inquiries. Let's run that advertisement again. Well, here at the perfect example. This product. 201 ways to say this product is great. This product, it helps me it helps you. It is so great. It helps everybody. For the next 7 days only, 33% off. Then it costs only $33. And plant some extra flowers there. Alright, before it gets too noisy and busy, it's a Choose Life Tuesday here on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. We're going to rip with that thing, the trench for laying the pipeline. So let's see. I hope I remember my coffee cup there. There's quite a lot of rocks down here. This is the stressful part because the other line is running just there. About 2 months after the last rain, and that's why we can't dig here by hand. It is even too hard for this machine almost. When it goes quite quickly. Yes, it really takes out chunks, eh? Maybe that gives you an idea of what the soil is. Alright, we're gonna rip it a few times up and down. So, here at ABUSHTVDAY, there's the old pipe, there's the new one. While he's turning around, I think it's gonna be the third time he's ripping here. The tractor is just dying here. It's too clay. But no pipes were harmed yet. Our pipe is still fine in there. Yo, I had stress. A lot of big rocks. So hopefully that's sufficient, that Mkoso is not having too much of a tough job to just open it up and clean it out, that we can put the pipe in there. But anyway, so that's why we had to make the gate there at the back a while ago. Long plans, because we can't drive here for a while now, I think. Oh, rocks, look at this nice one. All these new rocks coming out of the ground makes me want to build a bunny lawn too. There is the pipe. You see the blue line? Good idea to put a line. It's lekker rock hard. And a few fun obstacles. So Greg has been struggling to control the depth of the arm. I tried to tell him to not rip deep on the first go around. Although there it wasn't deep. It's just a big bad rock, and maybe it was going too fast. But so the tooth broke, and it's not our thing, so I would rather not take my chances. I'm just gonna wait until I get to town again, and then I'll buy a new tooth for that thing. Just to be rather safe then, because yeah, it broke badly. If we turned it around to use the other end of it, you know, that would be a boermaker plan, and it's somebody else's machine. I don't want to make a bad plan there with somebody else's stuff. So at least a good part is ripped, so Mukosa has some work to open up and clean out and whatever. So we'll continue this on another day. It is what it is. I used to say the top half meter is clay, but not even, because there is all these big rocks inside that clay also. So plowing is always a fun game here. Oh yeah, so a very handy tip: if you have some extra baling twine, lay that, what is that, 150 mil above your pipeline, and then it is very easy to find it in the future and to see if you are getting too close to it when working, etc. It has been very handy this time to have it, so that might be a good tip for you. Perhaps all that affords us some time for this compost challenge thing. I dug a little bit over the weekend, so Mukosa can finish it and we'll get it to a final level. Maybe after lunch, if we feel up to it, to go get some things. I've been keeping an eye on stuff that I can collect for here, so stay tuned. It's weird how in the winter there are some new wildflowers. We got this and so yeah, some flowers in between. On second thought, to slope it down here is not gonna work properly, because we're gonna have to dig down so much here, and so that ain't happening. But it could be a cool plan for you somewhere. But the plastic is coming in here, and still there will be a deep spot to collect some moisture if we need to. And now we gotta go collect some stuff. Some random guys are making droppers here along the road, so we come to take some of these leftovers. It might work. Some prickly pears, what's it called? Forscale. Get quite big here, but this one fell over not too far from us, so it could as well make some compost. So that ought to be a good start. Really not much time left for more of this today. Maybe some sheep manure on another day, but then it's a lot of dust. So maybe you have an idea or two, comment down below. There was roughly an hour, a bit more, for Mukosa to open up here. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's a mile. But how close did we come to the disaster today? There's the water pipe and the blue line. Just missed it. So, but the tractor couldn't come more that way. It was right there on that pole. So all in all, good. A bit of a stretch was made in an hour's time, so sometime we'll see what Mukoso can do in a day's time. Otherwise, it was just a lazy, chill day. As always, just ask there for Anubis and these two who can't figure out that they have that whole space available, but they want to come catch themselves in here. While waiting for the two chickens, we got Charles, Chili, and Chillane. It's a W3W Wednesday here on our Namibian foodforest homestead. Mukoso is battling this big job. Some places the ripper ripped very thin, so a big shovel doesn't even fit in there. As for me, I'm really on the warpath today. You know, sometimes you keep thinking about something in the back of your head. So I really want to share with you, especially if you are inclined to also want to stick one to the system. You see, not a month ago, but when I was in the city, a long time ago in the city, I could buy pecan nuts, the whole pecan nut, and I could germinate them. My fault was I planted them out too early. I should have left them for a year or two before planting them out. But now, these guys and their system, they probably figured out that could be done, so you don't get whole pecan nuts anymore because they come from South Africa or somewhere. Now it's only processed, you know, so I can't germinate it. So it would really be fantastic and kind of you if you have some extra pecan nuts. I know they germinate here and they grow well, and my whole mission is to get nuts growing here one day, because that is the, you know, dense food and food that you can store a long time. So nuts are really the priority long term, and so it would be very great if you could send us some, or even we'll talk and make a deal. I can send you $100 or whatever. We'll see. But it would be nice if I can get some pecan nuts. That would be great, and stick one to the system. So the email will be down below, and thank you very, very much. Not even knee deep, and we're in the gravel. Very lekker. Apparently Citrus loves that. As for me, I'm busy with this and that, in between being busy with this and that. So I also got a moment to finish up on this one. On Friday it will be 7 days for this slab, the 7th day. So we're gonna take a chance Friday, take out all of this, put it here, and cast a new one. I gotta go cut some rebar now. As the current watering schedule is going, it seems we'll be watering here in block 5 on Friday, maybe tomorrow. But so on the Wednesday, it's what, 5 days later? Oh wow. It's about 5 days later. There's some water in there and a little bit of compost. Nice. That gets rid of a few problems. Oh wow. What is that for? Okay. And the pot here at the K-Apple I checked earlier, it's got some water in it there still, so working well so far. On the Thursday morning, that's where Mukoso are. So probably he'll finish this whole stretch today. We'll see in the next moment. I'm quickly here an hour about before knockoff time, and I see he's done here. Wow, I can't believe how cronkily this whole thing is. The tractor was driving much more in a straight line, and now it's not looking that well. But it's alright, it's just a pipe that must come in here. We'll keep this a road, and from that tree line one day our first tree lines will start. I think Mukoso is busy inside. Let's go check quickly. Before we get to that, so here he must also dig by hand, because the old pipe is here somewhere, so he must dig by hand, and from there the ripper can rip. Oh, good news, I got ripper parts. So I got a new tooth for the ripper. I hope it's the right one, because compared to the old one, it's much bigger. But I think it will work. Come to think of it, the old one must have been this size, because there's paint on it. Well, that's what I could get, so that's what we have. It was less expensive than I hoped. No, it was more expensive than I hoped, but it was way less expensive than my worst case scenario. So I'm happy I could afford it, and well, now we gotta wait for the tractor. Maybe, yeah, we'll see when. Mukoso is complaining. It's like digging into cement there. So it's just this piece up to there where the pipes will run up to the tank. That's got to be done by hand in here. I think you must put water on it. Try, make it softer. We got nothing but time. Yeah, it's very strong. So that's where I will leave this off and lift Mukoso with. I gotta go do some other stuff. It's a Food Forest Friday here on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. Mukoso early morning finished up the digging of the trenches where he could. I need to wait for the tractor to come help us when it's available. I've been busy with something in between. I'll show you just now. Mukoso is digging now this foundation here on the kitchen area. We got a lot of makatans that Boo's got to process, so she'd like a proper kitchen for that. And thus Food Forest Friday, working a bit on the kitchen here, making automation a bit easier in the future. Alright, let's get to the other stuff. Automating our personal lives. I really need a cupboard, a shelves thing here. So we moved the slab, or the boxing. What did I want to show you down here? I don't know. This I'll come and fix with a grinder. I made a plan here. I can't hit a nail in this brick, and well, down there I could make a plan and stop this iron with a plank, but up here it's going to be difficult, and I might as well start making a plan for up there, etc. So the plan I got, instead of hitting a nail in the brick, I drilled a hole there we're taking electricity all for granted. We too. It's so easy to just use our off-grid power and drill a hole. Very nice. So drilled some holes for nails there, and that will perfectly block this one. And we got this plastic sheet here. A rod fits there nicely with a pole, and we're gonna fit another rod in here when the concrete is coming. I got the rods cut for there, and so that's part of the mission today. Oh, quick life hack. So this board, I don't want to cut new stilts, and so this board is not perfectly level with the brickwork, etc, etc. Like, all in all, I don't think I've myself built more than 1,000, 2,000 bricks. I've had to supervise guys laying 500 bricks a day or whatever, but myself, I haven't built so much, so it's all a learning process. But anyway, so clay is nice to fill up the gaps. There's a gap in the wall also, filling it up with clay, and then the concrete isn't running in there, and like here it might hopefully help with having it look nice from the front. Lekker. Oh yes, and just a bit of plastic for a slip joint there on the bricks. It's a bit of a tight turn here, but I think it will be fine to lay the pipe in here without having it bent much. Unfortunately, here at the connection for the water tower, we'll have to have a 90-degree bend, I guess, to go up there. Would be nice to have steel pipes to go up, but for now we'll just have a plastic pipe going up. So yeah, this is dug. I'm happy with this. I guess we could start with this line going there, and it needs to split off there. Me and Boone needs to fight there near those sunflowers there, where we're gonna lay the pipe exactly. Whether it will be in her garden or in my footpath. Not that there is a footpath. Oh, and Makos also finished it up there. Let's go there. This piece under the gate will come due whenever we're ready to put in the pipe. I'm scared the sheep will crawl under it. Mukoso is now digging the first time in his life some foundations there at the kitchen area. Looking good, so I think this is good experience for him, working on a level perfect. I hope we're gonna get to this soon. The plan is to get to it in this month, but this trenching is taking quite some time. So here where the pipes are crossing, he also fixed it by hand. We'll lay the new pipe underneath. See, there's a nasty rock we've got to come take out. Otherwise it will just make nonsense with my pipe. Right, and so here we are about ready for the ripper then. Halfway there. The rebar is in. Working great so far. This one is looking great, and the plan worked beautifully. Just making it easier to dig here. Lunchtime is very relaxed indeed. An easy way to check the level is to get a spot, measure up, whatever. We made 300. From there you put a line with a water level and just make all the lines level. And then from there you walk with your tape measure and you measure down 300 and check. So for the most part this is done very nicely, within 20 millimeters of tolerance. It's just this front part that needs a bit of leveling, and this will also now extend the kitchen area a little bit. We've got a little bit of extra gravel that can come there. So I'm also sorting out this. I gotta go finish that slab and maybe some work on the foundation still. As you saw previously with the cow, talking about plants, it didn't work out. But while editing the video, I have no idea what I said there. I was talking about plans, and you know, plans never working out because you can plan as much as you want. But hopefully tomorrow after lunch the guy will rip for us. And tomorrow before lunch, I think my job somewhere in the morning is to do the setting out here. And then Mukoso can get the foundations dug just a little bit. We'll put the lip channel on top, cast it full of cement. The sheep are enjoying their freedom a lot. Definitely. Perhaps even a little bit too much. The sheep are quite a nuisance. I don't know if they think this is a hill or something. They jumped on here the other day. I assume Mukoso fixed it very well. But they jumped onto here again today. And this side is getting a lot of sunlight, so it's not so strong anymore. Problems every day. This one is looking very nice indeed. The middle one is also the level measured down. Easiest part to get it level there. So since I've told you so many plant plans, we are going to run this one through to the Saturday. Stay tuned. That's Banilon, the rabbit cage, with a very few last minutes before Mukoso gotta go fix his tent. He's helping me here to work the soil. We want to plant in here. Some sheep water there. Anyways, really want to plant here since there is sprinklers. So we think just a mix of some stuff. Let's see. The sheep love this bush. No idea what it is. Anyways, a bit of water will make the job easier tomorrow sometime, hopefully.
It's a tight squeeze. Ta-da!
I'm not good at tiling, but that's the tiles we have for the shower floor. So I think that will look pretty cool, eh? But setting out and details was always my job, so figuring this out, maybe a band of stones there.
Are you doing a little...
Before we get a copyright strike there from the master chefs, Boo is a master chef. This is called amaze balls, like little balls of dough with a lot of sugar on it, over it, and then we put it in the oven. Boo says this isn't good for me, and there's some cream involved. Maybe I should document this because I'm the baker and I can never remember. But so there it goes in there for what, I think 15 minutes, and then we'll turn it around. My YouTube studio is occupied by cat food. I'm sure you remember this glove from before. It's made from some silicone, very nice things. Very handy. So opening the door. And then turning it around. Usually I have my light, not my camera. Alright, there we go. And usually I would take a look. But we've done it a few times now. Can we say I'm addicted to it? We'll check in a moment. Alright, so this time I got the flash on. Let's hope it's going. It is here. Boozies, the lid must come off. I forgot. So, alright. Maybe let's turn it around again. 8 minutes later, let's turn them around. Oh, perfect. They're coming along. How do you like this? Following a bushman in the bush with a bushcraft oven. All that nonsense is for the summertime when it's raining. Then we can start a fire. In the winter it's much easier. Then a quick moment of watching some stars. There's the Scorpio. Just in time. Now they're looking perfect. I'm not happy at all. Munching all night. You saw in the previous episode how much mice we have around. Anyway, since I'm the baker, can I be the taster? The oven even had enough coals in there to barbecue a bit of meat. Like a braai. Yes, my bro. Hierdie goeters. These things will be the death of me. Look at that juicy goodness. Kom ons braai. What's that? That is very nice indeed. You know, this is why I don't record myself. Because then you'll see I'm wearing the same clothes for like a few days now. Look, we got a logo there. NFFH. Lekker. It's early on the Saturday morning. I decided let's cast this piece of foundation quickly. Then I can do the brickwork in my own time. I don't want to say it, but I'm rushing somewhere because it's hopefully cow day. Getting stone here is quite expensive. So what we do is a very dry mix of sand and cement. The less water, the stronger always. So very dry mix, and then we compact it by hand. That's how the Kabasha foundation was done. And finish it on top. Well, there they are. No idea how we're gonna get this done. But I just see if I don't make a plan, it's gonna take a long time. Hey, coffee. Alright, that was quite the mission. I'd spare you the details of that. But here they are at Banilon. So they got a camp. I got to make a plan with water for them. Now, the big one. There's only one cow name that I know. Bessie. So That's already taken. I think one of our subscribers, I hope he's still subscribed, is Beshi. So we're gonna name the big one Beshi. And the small one, comment down below what you think we shall call the small one. But the mama cow Beshi was quite angry with me at one point. So I hope she calms down and that all is well. We'll give her a day or two before we'll try to milk her. A good stretch was done up to all the joints basically. And now I can build a bit later. No, we'll rip later hopefully. We'll see. Stay tuned. Whoa, Beshi and the calf drinks a lot of water. It's not even lunchtime yet and I already got to come refill it. The bunnies are munching on some banana leaves here at Bunnylawn. The mom is a bit slow with some new babies. We hope there's no snake in there. It's also block 2 watering time. Just in time the foundations are done. So now the big pipe can be opened. These 2 small ones here are doing very great. Let's check. And after the concrete, just before Makosa goes on lunch, he's finishing tilling the field for us. I think I know what I got to plant here. And hopefully we'll get to that later. The main priority is this chicken mix. Unfortunately there's clover in there. But I'd like to get the buckwheat going and see what that is and harvest some seeds. Alright, here it is. You can see how it looks. We're here on the Sunday morning. I wanted to show you yesterday afternoon how this is looking. Never got around to it. I was sleeping the whole afternoon with one eye open waiting for the tractor to come that we can rip there. And so on the Sunday morning he has arrived. We got massive stones here. Look at this one. There's another one. Imagine if we could build a wall with that. It's a hole for wall. Ish. Look at that nice stone. It's almost a meter. I'm definitely building a bunny lawn too with all these stones. So yes, 1.5 kilometers of this boring stuff. Do you want to watch all of it? I'm hitching a ride. So this is it, 1.5 kilometers basically. I'm almost at the Wi-Fi, might as well go and upload this one, eh? He's gonna rip it 3 times. Coming here the first time, going back, and then he'll come back a 3rd time. That should be sufficient. Finally at the big marula tree. Some spots goes easy and some spots are having really tough rocks. Alright, I'm sure this will be a success. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the coffees. Thank you for watching the next clip. It broke again at the same place, and it wasn't going fast, wasn't going too deep. It looked like a cheap one. Greg will attempt to weld that thing, and then he'll come repeat it 2 more times for us. So I'm gonna go have a weekend and upload a Bush TV. I must really bring them a snack that they can get domesticated. So the deal, I'm thinking about the deal again, because it was quite an ordeal this morning with the cow. But the cow, the deal is, once that calf is too big and she's finished giving milk, then we'll get a new calf and a new cow, and these two will go out again. And so that's quite a nice deal. Then we'll always have milk, as long as the cows are around. It's just such a mission to get them here. Unless we can catch one from the pond and just bring them in here, but that didn't happen. So, thank you very, very much to Mr. CPM and Molly and Anon 201 and Anon 201, 202, 203. Anon, thank you very much, all of you. That one leg is yours. That other leg is yours. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it. And so we'll check up on the cows regularly. At least she's not storming me. Beshi is like a calm. Like a Beshi. Thank you for all the support. Have you walked a mile in my shoes? Of course not. I don't wear shoes. For this little guy, it's a blue Monday. Oh, there he's out. Early morning, the ducks were chilling here at the front door, and I thought, let me just record it. Look, there's some green in the bananas, and there's some flowers, even in the winter. For me, it's a busy blue sky Monday too. Not sure how much of a bush TV this would be, but hey, guess what? I don't want to make promises, but we haven't looked at that bush camera in quite a while. I'm not sure what's going to be on there. The cows bumped it at some point. We don't visit the pond often, and so let's check it out. Just before we get to that, wow, can you look at that? We got clouds. It's like the first time in a month or two that we are seeing clouds. No hope for rain though. But before we get to that, shall we use it as a cliffhanger until the end of this video or the next video? Before we get to that, of course, I've been working on this whole stretch this whole day. It's a good, wow, like a good 60 meters, pretty much. And it's nice and deep. Not that straight. It looks complete as if Greg was dodging some stones here. There's another one for these ones I used to make the roofs for the little cages there at Banilon. There's another nice one. So before we get to that, about 2,300 photos to go through for you. Let's go.
They called me wild, they called me wrong, but I was fire all along. I came to break said no, but I felt yes. A rebel heart, a soul to bless. They called me strange, too loud, too wild, but I was just a cosmic child. I held the storm within my chest to plant the seeds for all the rest. We came to remember, we came to feel, to crack the code and make it real. In every laugh, in every tear, the new earth shines because you're here. I came to heal the roots below, so crystal hearts can start to glow.
Did you catch that one? We actually got an aardvark coming to drink water at the pond. We have to document this. It is the first day in quite a few days. I tried to draw horses there. They ate Boo's garden on that day. It's the first day in quite a few days that we don't have animals in the homestead. Yesterday, a bunch of cows came in here. It's a wonder the sheep doesn't disappear overnight. Also early morning fixed that fence again. So yeah, now it's all closed up again, and hopefully no animals will enter. It's a Choose Life Tuesday here nearby our Namibian food forest homestead. Not much life left in this one. I moved Makosa up 100 meters to come find the thing where it was breaking and see what's going on here. This part is ripped proper, but from here is ripped only twice, so we'll see how we can progress here. But there's no hope of fixing this one a second time. But this rock is no problem. It broke the tool, but it's not breaking Makoso and this koala. So I think that's the easiest way to get over this spot and continue. Wow, I'm happy to see Makoso can lift these big stones out of the way. I was stressing about them. Frick it, that must be half a ton. It's a very hot winter indeed, and in the middle of winter about, the mulberries are already blooming again. The sheep are ate full to the brim, and now they're just chilling here. A tiny snack for some tiny rabbits. They came to visit him. Huh. It seems tiny little choppy there, he will be called T-Bone. Bessie, we got Bessie a snack. Oh, this might take some time. Go on, bro. Bessie didn't want some cabbage yesterday either. Come on, Bessie. Go. Okay, go. Hello, T-Bone. Snacky. Try a snacky. Oh, chaos. Quite an everyday scene here. Some snake skin, and some Beshi. Beshi doesn't want to eat the carrot. There it is. Since Beshi doesn't want to eat the carrot, I decided to just make a bit of bush TV here. Vent a bit of frustration. We had a baobab there. Unfortunately it died. But this would be a nice spot for a baobab. There are some roads, so it can become a big tree in this little block here. After lunch, I gave Makoso a break from digging the trenches there. Give him some other hard work I'm not feeling up to. He's mixing for me a batch of Monoko. And while I'm busy with this and this and this, the first time for me building with these bricks. Not looking too bad. Makoso is busy with this. And some painting work here on the other day's work. Looking good. And finally, the field also got planted. We hope it stays relatively hot and that the germination will be fine. For the last minutes of daylight, I sent Makoso on an errand to get some cow manure. So that's at least something else on this compost pile. We also got little T-Bone camped in here for the night, so that Beshi can produce all the milk she needs. Tomorrow morning will be the first attempt to milk her, and then this little one can have his drink. And I think tomorrow we'll keep him in the camp and she can go out and eat some grasses outside, because this camp is getting to the end. Little Choppy! T-Bone! Come here. Somebody was asking about the pond. So here we are. That's the clay kabashu where we kind of stay. The doghouse. Storeroom. And then, like, can I count my steps? Not very far. And there we go. That is the pond that I dug with a shovel. And here we get some very nice wildlife. I need to bring the camera back again. Just some 2 quick old photos here. Bush pig, warthogs and kudus. Thanks for watching. It's a wild Wednesday here on our food forest homestead. These 2 chickens are lost now because their usual route is blocked. The calf was blocked in. Little T-Bone slept here. Had some water at least. Now we'll see if we can milk Beshi for all she's worth. Little T-Bone is drinking all our milk. Right. Makoso said there in the village, milking the cows was his job, so he knows what to do. He'll show us how he catches the cow and milk the cow for us. After this morning's fun, Mkoso is fixing this camp, doing a few upgrades, and the cow is still chilling in here. Calf is having a drink. Want the calf little T-bone to be nice and fat, big T-bone. Some joy I've been noticing, but I haven't recorded yet. So these grapes that Mad Lad gave to us, we sown a bunch of flowers and they're coming up. Let me show you here at this apple also. A lot of things. Beautiful. On the road again, we have the clouds again. That small black dot at the pond is Anubis. It's sunset. Beshi and little T-bone is finally reunited again. Getting them back together wasn't so difficult. The phone was charging, unfortunately, but yeah, that was, compared to this morning, easy. Also a few other things got sorted out. Oh, this must get sorted out sometime. That one can move through here. There is the bush fence. Anyway, so a plan that needs to be made here. I myself don't want to struggle milking a cow like Mkoso this morning. We're gonna build a manga, like a catchment thing here, where we can catch her in between those, well, that big pool, and we'll make a plan there. Stay tuned for that plan. Maybe Saturday we'll try to organize an extra hand to help Mkoso with those big poles. Let's fast forward to the pond. So yeah, this is where Beshi cow was chilling the whole day. So yeah, the big poles that came from the roof structure, they will be used to make a thing that's more or less like this, that we can catch her, go in there, get her blocked and milk her. I built a bit today. This one is now ready for the slab on Friday. We'll try to cast it. a small observation here. These ones we casted dry in place. This block was casted, we mixed it and then cast it wet. It lifted up, it's cracking, the whole thing is hollow. These that were casted in place is much better. Interesting. So on the Thursday morning in the daylight, you can see how this is progressing. There will be a door. This will be a scullery area, or what do you call it? A pantry with racks. And then a wall here somewhere, and then the kitchen will start there. So it's coming along. I got a comment there from Steve. If I can even call it a comment, it's more like a book. Thanks, man. The thing is, if he's wondering about some things, probably you are wondering too. So let's run through it quickly. We planted here, like that mix I showed you with a bunch of nonsense. But also here is quite a few sorghum planted in between. Some cowpeas, but I think it's way too early for that. But yes, we got some sorghum. Although I do think it's about a month or two too early for the sorghum. But we will see how it turns out. Beshi and T-Bone are still chilling in here. Beshi will go out soon. T-Bone will stay behind. We got a bigger bucket for them, because that small one had to come refill too many times. Mukoso is sorting out a few things here in the camp to make milking easier. No milking today, we'll try tomorrow maybe, or we'll see. The cow, quickly. No, the cow is the homestead's cow. It's just when this cow's milk is finished, we can get a new cow. So we'll always have a cow. We always have a cow with milk. It's a very good deal. Now, today, even in the winter, a cow would cost about 200 coffees. We bought that cow for about 100 coffees. So it was a very good deal indeed. If the people stop farming with cattle around, then I guess that last cow we will keep. Plus maybe the small one also. Or like, yeah, I don't know exactly. We'll see in the end which one we keep, because I paid about last winter's price for a cow. And so I paid a lot less than what cows cost these days. So I'm not too worried about it. We got a good deal and we have a cow with milk. Beshi! Beshi is a bit more chilled. That's good news. There's a few stumps that's nasty, so Mukosa is removing that. After that he will continue with the pipeline trench. Quite a good stretch was done here. And here at the tent we just made a temporary plan, and that sorted it out. Put some, yeah, do you see that? The chickens run here in the morning to come check if they can get some food out of Mukosa's pots. But yeah, the tent is closed off here, and since then it's helped. That's their shower. While walking away from the cows there, back to the cows. Also, the other nice thing is, the cow, it's no issue for us to vaccinate it and all that nonsense. It gets treated as part of the big herd, so it's, you know, we don't have to worry about that either. So that's also a nice bonus. But my plan in the long run is in like 2 years or so maybe, the calf will like keep permanently raise it. No pokey dokies and no registration on it. Because if you are a small scale farmer, I understand if you have just like 1 or 2 cows or whatever. No, basically, if you don't plan to sell it, if you don't do commerce with your cattle, then you don't have to register them. So my plan is to, like, you know, have a small herd that's not registered, that's not pokey dokied, that's clean and proper, like they were made. That is the turn, so 1 pole from the turn. And there's our gate. It's just a little bit of a stretch in here between that Mukosa's got to get finished up today. About 40-50 meters, and then he'll continue on. So we'll see how much he can get done today in the next episode. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the coffees. Thank you all for being awesome. Have a very great day. I'm stuck in traffic this morning, but this is Lekker traffic, eh? Yep, if you compare the old one on the left, the new one that broke on the right, it is a different type of metal. Apparently this one is from South Africa, the new made in China, eh? So I got this one. It looks different. It's got different paint on it. Let's hope it's stronger. And here we are on the Thursday afternoon, about 300 meters from our Namibian food forest homestead. Mukoso was this whole day, well, except for this morning a little bit there at the cow camp. He was busy here the whole day. Tomorrow he has to help out Boo with something, because there's no way that I'm doing that slouch grass, couch grass, Bermuda grass, twitch grass, whatever nasty grass you want to call this, is taking over here also. That's the part we camped out. I hope the pigs come and get sorted out, but here is a nasty piece that's already spreading into the jasmine. So it seems there is only one way to really get rid of it, and that is to get rid of it. So today, that's Mukoso's mission. We'll see how far we can get with that. FYI, that's how far we get with that. Mukoso is making good progress here. Hopefully it might not even take the whole day. I've spent a bit of time looking into how to deal with this grass. Talked with a few people, watched a few videos. So the one plan we have here, this camp is camped in for pigs, and we'll see if pigs can do something to it. We're still waiting for our pigs. Another way, but we don't have enough sheep for that. Apparently what works is if you make this a sheep pen and have like probably 80 sheep in this little piece that sleeps here every night for half a year or whatever. Nothing will grow quickly after that also, but that will sort out this grass. Or then also to put plastic over it. But so this is a small piece, not really possible to put plastic. No pigs or sheep here, so taking it out manually, it seems to be the most reliable way. Boo says this grass is a real problem and a much bigger priority than getting the work done on the water line. So that's why today on the Food Forest Friday, this one is being tackled. This one is looking great and ready to sow some flowers and stuff. Get the ground cover going so nothing grows on top, or that grass can't grow through. Even a bit of mulch and everything. This is dry again. Thanks to Boo and Mukoso and that job, feeding time is easy today. Just a bunch of Bermuda grass. Let it disappear into these Bermudas. It really seems that on a homestead you never have enough shovels. A rare moment where none of them are working. We got a new addition. Thank you for that, coffees. Boo has been asking for a shovel for a long time. Now, even though that is hers, it's small and working nice there at the trenches, etc. So let me take Boo shovel. So we're taking Boo shovel to Boo's place. We got some coffees for Boo. Thank you very, very much. We really do appreciate it. Let me show you the situation here and why I bought a shovel with some of that coffees. Because we don't need so much to get this sorted out. So it is, Boo's garden is enclosed with wire. And for the most part it's doing a very well job. It's all enclosed all over. You see, the problem is Boo left the gate open that night. And I was chilled and lazy, so I left the other gate open on lunchtime is when it seems they like to take their chances. And somewhere in the night too. So I better close this one. That side. And the horses pushed this one open. Plus, it wasn't very proper here, so the horses came in here, and since the gate is open, they made some amok in there. But so, yeah, Mukoso fixed it up for us here, some extra branches, and so the horses won't be coming in. But so, that shovel was, so the coffees adds up to about 2,000 Nam dollars. So, the shovel was 300. 300 we're leaving for the labor, and the wire is about 1,400. We're buying a roll of wire then, just straining wire, because here is no extra straining wires. So then we'll have a roll of wire that we can come and put a few straining wires in, plus some labor to cover that, and then Boo's garden will be proper. On that day the guy can fix a few broken poles also. So yes, that's the plan with it. But then that straining wire will also go very far to some other priorities. So thank you very much. Boo is happy with it. Boo is very glad that she was complaining, where's my coffees? I want a shovel. So Boo is very happy about her shovel. And yeah, she'll tell you more sometime what's going on here. Thank you very much. Yo, there's no words, like, there's no words. Hey, there's some wild aloe flowers. It's not even done built yet, and we're already using the cupboard. Unfortunately, I won't be casting the slab today. I have some other business to attend to. My Zimbabwe grass didn't grow as much. It seems a different type of grass really took over here. Here and there is some of that Zimbabwe grass. So, thanks to your coffees, previous coffees, we were able to buy the cow about 2 years earlier than we would have otherwise. So this is the first week. We're hoping we're going to milk the cow, and this is the money I would have had to spend on milk for the week. So the first time I can save some money. Yes. Food Forest Friday. Let's talk a bit about automation and plans and stuff for the future. Frank, he was asking a quote for getting up to the water tower with steel pipes. It's about 3,400 Nam dollars. That is roughly 38 coffees. So yeah, I don't have money for that. But what I was thinking, what I do have money for, up to the 7th, is where I must pay Mukoso. And it looks like I can sort him out for another month. Long story. I have a side business, and my side business seems to be coming to an end in a month or two. And my other side business is dependent on that side business, so that second side business will scale down way. So my income is running dry in about a month or two, it seems. So before that happens, I'm talking with Mukoso that I employ him for the next month also. So in total he'll be working for 2 months then. I want to postpone the water tower project there a bit, the trenching work, just a little bit, and do some other things that I really want to get done and sorted and out of the way. I think that was all of it. So yeah, just sharing plans and situation or whatever. It's not begging for coffees, but thank you for all the coffees. We really do appreciate it. But yeah, oh, so for now I'm not stressed about having steel pipes going up because it's a small 2,500 liter tank. One day I want to put a 10,000 liter tank up there, and if I can afford a 10,000 liter tank, then I can afford the pipes. So that's the plan, to that day put pipes there that's steel. For now I trust it will work fine to just have some plastic pipes running up and down. This what we call it, late Valencia orange, a lot of its flowers was getting damaged from the frost, but I see there's some new flowers and buds and stuff, so hopefully the first fruits from this one will come this year. Everything is blooming now, and what you call that, making new growth. So it really is the time to plant out, but it's also the time that catches you usually. This last week of July, first week of August, we usually get a big frost. So after the first week of August, then I know usually we're in the clear. But yo, planting out these things, I really want the drip lines in also. A bit of head scratching to do. The pepino melon is flowering, so really is the time. But yeah, we're not supposed to gamble, but it feels like life is a gamble sometimes. So it is now a thin line gamble between getting the drip lines in, getting that thing done, and the other priorities, and planting out trees. I don't think it's time to plant out the trees right now for us because of the drip line situation. So really needs to get that done as soon as possible. Yes. Getting to the talking business part, a really cool dream would be to use that 2,500 liter tank for a rainwater catchment tank here at the Kabashu and catch water from the roof, and get a 10,000 new liter tank for the water tower. But that's just a dream, don't worry. They're enjoying the peaceful morning. Me too. Mukoso fixed also a few rings for us. Added some ground, and now I hope Mukoso can read the plan. Well, he's already not working on the trench for today on the food forest. He's done with the other, let's say, priorities. So I think let's get going with some prep work for the trees. Not wanting to count the chickens before they hatch, but I just feel block 2, we need to do this prep work. We want to put the drip lines in here, and the soil is horrendous, and it's quite some expensive trees I want to plant here. So we want to just at least start with this, get started. This is the borax. They eat it quite well, and then they learn not to eat it anymore. On a side topic, if I told you what this thing is for, it's an old water pump. So I think one can make a nice sugarcane press from it. And then there where the oil comes out, used to come out, the nice sugarcane juice can come out. I guess I'll have to pour in about 6 liters or so of Coca-Cola to get all the rust out. But that's the plan with this thing, to make a sugarcane press sometime. That there is the kitchen temporary wash basin outlet near some ice cream bushes. So since you've made it so far in the video, I guess talking plans are your thing. This is where the shower's water is coming. And then here, the donkey is a temporary spot. It will move to the kitchen area there. But so that is the wash basin from inside the bathroom. We will make a small swale here, dig a pit here for it. That water will come there. Then here will be Boo's kitchen sink, a big large kitchen sink. We'll have that water drain there. We'll make a smallish, we thought about extending it a bit, a big pit here. And so we'll have the kitchen blocking the cold wind. This is going to form a corner spot. So we think a coffee would one day grow perfectly here where this thing is growing. And well, for now we'll leave this mushara that can get big. There's a mulberry. So yeah, if this tree cover gets up, it will be a lovely spot, I think. So right here on Boo's kitchen, extended kitchen, is a sugar apple and a papaya. About there will be another kitchen sink that will then just flow out into this one. And oh, that's all the plants. I'm running out of plants here. Maybe you can comment some plants there down below. So basically starting now, it's only an hour to lunch. So I guess we might as well just leave the rest of the day for Mukosa to do this. We're starting the setting out for the holes for where the trees must come. So there should be a big tree. There should be a big tree. And then about here back a bit is a big tree in the middle. And then there's the next one, a bit off center. And here's the next one. And there's the big tree, and then the next one will be here in the middle between the next big ones. So yeah, then we'll amend the soil a little bit, and then it's ready for drip lines and planting the trees. I hope that works. Some of these big rocks are quite shallow, so that's why we're digging a bit and to get the rocks out of the way, because surely some of these trees not performing well might have rocks underneath them. We didn't plant them too deep. A lot of trees died, like we explained somewhere in the tour, I think, from 130 trees down to about 70 trees roughly. I'm very excited to see this tree get big one day. It's like a knoppiesdoring thing. Now I gotta go Google that for you. A knopthorn. Almost got tripped here on some nasty cordage growing here. Yo. So you can survive here naked in a freight style if you need to. Having to scale down my side businesses, it's also no stress. I've been anticipating it for basically 5 years. It just means for now, me and Boo would have to, there's no extra money for paying a guy like him, saving up for that, or extra tap when something breaks or whatever like that. But the plan is with the drip lines here, that in between I'll plant a lot of butternuts. They should grow well here, not be reliable too much on pesticides. It's something that stores well and that I can sell at the market. So that is the plan short term for a year. Plus a lot of lemongrasses, some artichokes, a lot of cannas, and a lot of, what you call that, marigolds in between, that I don't have to worry about pesticides. It's just gonna be a biodiversity crazy lines here full of things. It seems a honeybee came and trapped itself in here, but the honeybees are making their appearance, so I think it might be a perfect time some fermented honey. The ants got to it. Let's go put that in the hive quickly before I must zigzag. Not finding the syringe today. Made a quick plan with a 2-liter bottle. That ought to work. Very cloudy today. It does indeed smell like fermented beer juice something. The hive is looking alright. A little bit spilled outside, I think that's good. Let them smell it and come here. And then they can fly there for the flowers. I hope it's far enough. Watering block 5 today. This olla pot is moist down there. And there's a few carcasses and it's nasty. I'm just gonna leave it and let it run full of water. Oh, something stepped on it. Oh wow. It broke and it's askew. But alright, there it goes now. With a few dead mice in there. Some compost water. Luckily, Mukoso is quick on his lunch. So he can help me out quickly here, holding the camera. And that I can show you this zigzag. This it's just hairline fractures. I doubt they'd run through the slab even if they did. This rebar. So I don't know if you can see much, but Mukoso is about done. And so after lunch we're going to do some prep work for the manga there for the cow. Quickly watering them here at Banilon, and before I really must zigzag, that is the idea. I'm also gonna start now with digging the holes, and we're gonna make a thing. What you call this? Must I Google this also?
A cattle press.
Thank you for watching. Have a great day. That almost looks like rain on the horizon. Some winter rain perhaps. Crazy. Whoa, that's a lot of bush TVs. Looking complete like it's going to rain. Still weird weather. Can you guess the time? Manga. Yeah, that's right. It's way too early for me on the Saturday morning. The sun isn't even up yet. I'm on my way to go get a guy that can help us out there at our Namibian foodforest homestead today. We're going to build a manga. A cow press, I understand it's called, thanks to Google Translate. Weekends are always the time that I find I have some time for myself in the homestead. It always feels like during the week always busy with this and that. So yeah, that's why we're pushing on the weekend. Quite a drive back on the homestead before the sun is up. Wow, it's really looking like rain. Let me clarify quickly. 25 April was the last proper rain. That was end of summer, and so we usually don't get rain in the winter. About 4 years ago we had 1 millimeter in the night, but it's really a phenomenon to get rain in the winter. The chickens are a nuisance. They want to get chased out. The bunnies, they are cute and all that. The sheep are very nice to have around and look at. But my favorite additions to the homestead, Pesci and T-Bone. Hello Pesci! T-Bone! Waar gaan jullie? So today, Pesci and T-Bone, they're both outside together inside the food forest. Now I'm really hoping that there's no bad spot in the fence and that they aren't trying for that. It looks like that's already their first idea. But so yeah, lots of grass for her, and tonight we'll separate them. No, tomorrow night we'll separate them. Monday try to milk them, depending how far the manga goes. Already starting to eat. Cool, I hope they enjoy this year. What I forgot to point out yesterday here at block 2 in the previous video, it's not just about small work, lazy work, then we can do more work, but it's about minimal disturbance around here as well. You can barely see that. Here's holes for trees, lots of grass still, for a good day like this, for Besh to eat some grass. Ooh. At least they're stepping around that stones. I'd like to keep it clean for all the slabs. And that was the last time they were seen. And the holes we will dig deeper at some future point. With all the animals about here in the homestead, the only real damage I've seen is the sheep. They came to eat this. It's the sering. Otherwise, everything's looking fine. Hey, Besh might try to eat some lemongrasses. We'll see. From there, it was 2 days before the new moon. Timed it just right there, coincidentally. We're here, so 3 days later. Not really seeing much germination here yet, but this is alpha lucerne from a few years ago. It just keeps coming back at some spots. It's quite interesting. Here and there is something, but not much visibility yet. I hired 2 guys so that they can help each other to carry these poles. So you see how that works out. We are repurposing the old roof structure poles. Reuse, reuse, reuse. So the cattle press. Thank you for that wire. I trust it's not too small here at the front. It will be good. We got that wire just in time. We're gonna run through a lot, it seems. So there's the main gate. A lovely tamboti here just in the middle. So here it's gonna start. Get them funneled in here. That's the word I've been looking the whole time for, a funnel. So it's like a funnel. And then they come in here. we can block them off and milk them and all that. So a very handy addition, I believe, and definitely worth the time and bit of money and effort going into this. It's coming along nicely and really looking quite proper. We're gonna put a pole in here also to just protect the cow from all these sharp ends. And we'll make a small gate here. That's why that wire is here. Just a small gate to manage things if we need to. Whatever. And a clip or two of how it's progressing. Starting to look very good. Just some trimming work to do here and there, but it's basically done for the most part. Mukoso says he will help us out here. Since he has a chainsaw, I decided, well, why not do some trimming work? And yeah, I make a deal with him and rent it from him for a few hours. Sun is lekker high up now. Bushcraft manga. That's how to block them in. And this pole here will protect them from these corners. That's a bit ugly. And the small gate is coming in there. Quick makeshift cow press funnel thing. Very awesome. Check this. Also they can't bump onto it. It's a real homestead horror. I can't find Bessie and the calf. I doubt they went through here. Maybe. So I'm trying to see where they could have gone out. With the last few daylight hours, the fence is being patched and the bush on the outside is getting trimmed. Do you think we can let about 4 of those disappear, plus those roof sheets, and make a roof for the cows? In the meanwhile, also these nasty thorny bushes are getting trimmed a bit. They can get nice big trees, and some of the other ones will get removed and go enforce the fence a bit. We have especially a lot of mice making their appearance this year. Boo said I can't just end the video there. So here at our kitchen we got Bunny 2 loading. Sorry, I meant to say Boo's kitchen loading. Picking up a few pebbles today. I think for Mukoso, it's a bit of a blue Monday here on our Namibian food forest homestead. For me, it's already a W3W Wednesday, just because it's lekker. We'll take a walk there just now. This pipe will be open for a while, but I want to start this off here by showing you. This is getting water now, maybe once in 3 weeks. It's an avocado. It still didn't get winter frost, and it's the tree that we're giving water the least, next to a moringa. That's the moringa. This is a swale, and we just put the swale full of water. This avocado was in a pot and just grew through the pot. Anyways, check this out. We got germination. Is this now day 5 kind of? Yesterday, day 4, I saw we got germination. I know there's a bunch of onions. I don't see the onions yet, but there's a lot of germination. Some sorghum, or it might be barley. I planted some barley too. We'll see. In the winter, it seems we got the most birds. Mukoso's Blue Monday starts roughly here. He clocked in early and came to tackle the biggest priority here. About 15 meters. That piece there is clear to the next pole. So 15 meters, then he's done with the first 300 meters basically. And then he'll tackle the next 100. So we'll see how stretch 400 goes today with him. I want to take a quick moment there to reply on a comment and talk about living fences. Now, I really want to make a living fence. It's been part of my planning since the beginning, and I really want to use these guys. Now, I don't have much. Somewhere in the bush is a spot where they grow a bit. Some old rubbish from people that was dumped there. It seems the best way to propagate them is to lay them down, and then they will sprout up from there. My time, as I said, on the internet is a bit few, especially now with uploading bush TVs. I don't have much downloading of other information and stuff. So if you maybe know another quick, easy way to propagate these guys, but I think the best way is to take a few pieces and lay them down. It's very windy today. One would think that this would form a nice wind block, but it doesn't block the wind much. As you can see from these trees, the wind still blows them over despite this quite nice windbreak. That's a very nice split. But I see the bricks are not all the same size. That kind of defeats the purpose of bricks, eh? If I have to take all the costs into consideration, what I used to get an hourly wage, Anton's time to make the bricks, the cement, my time, all time, then this is probably the most expensive wall. That is the worst, but it will do, I'm sure. I used to hate it when guys leave places open like that, but it is my shortcut to the hot water donkey. In between watering block 3 and 4, if you ask me, that's some solid aim of that horse. Look, see, boo, I did water these guys. I also got a bit of time for Boo's kitchen here. Little bit of progress. I'm so thirsty. It's the first time in my life that I drank from this pipe. Talk about superstitions on this homestead. You know, it's more than a mile of plastic pipe to get the water here, but this is just too much plastic pipe for me, so I never drink from this one. I saw there's some discussions on the interwebs regarding this superstitions, beliefs and occultism. Now, as far as it goes here, no graven images, easy as that. But you gotta learn them all, know thy enemy and how they work. One man alone. No, wait. One man of a machine alone in the African bush, digging for water a mile, literally, under the harsh African sun. Luckily it's not so bad, it's winter. Battling rocks. Luckily there's no lions around. I just heard about a hyena. Look at this rock. Gonna make a plan with that. It's going down there. Almost 300 millimeters. Ciao. But Makoso is past the 300 meter mark. Almost halfway. Then it's a turn. Mukoso, it's time. You know what time? The people on the internet, they say you work very nice. They say they are happy to see where their money is going.
Yeah. Must be.
but they want to know, why are you working so hard? They're thinking maybe I'm holding a gun to you that you are working.
No, I just grown up with work. Yeah.
Oh, good. He says he's grown up with work. I guess I came just at the right time here to check up. We got it out together. And I think I must come here with a car and come load this one for Boo's kitchen. And here's a bit of firewood. And luckily I did not make a mix yet, so there's time. The chickens are being tightly rationed as well as the ducks. 50 kg of this so far for the winter, and so I'm gonna buy a 50 kg of some pig grower. The animals love that, and I see my bunnies need some shaping. And then much later I had to go collect Boo, and another email came through. And Bon Nicole, thank you very much. That is Bon indeed. Bon dia, bonoid. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Every coffee counts. Thank you. Thank you all for every coffee, for all your coffees. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you everybody for the coffees. We do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
Today is extremely windy and I'm alone for watering the garden, getting the bush TV going, doing some food, all that. So thinking of Boo and all of you. Let us go green. I understand you guys, I understand the frustration. How do you press her buttons, because she's not reaching my YouTube buttons? So how do you press her buttons that she can hurry up with that Let Us Go Green episode? So maybe if this video gets 33 likes in 48 hours or more, then I'll press her buttons real hard to get a Let Us Go Green going. What do you think about that? Some carpet dust. I was dusting the bunnies. They're having a bit of fleas. Flowers are few in the garden, but here's a few hearts. Chris Haynes, thank you very much for those coffees. I really got goosebumps when I saw the mail. Thinking about the best way to spend it right now, even though it is just what we need for the steel pipes on the water tower. I think maybe I'm gonna spread it a bit thin, some more cement, and another guy to help me also with the trenching work for a week or so. So we'll see. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate it so much. There's no words. Thank you. Real goosebumps, I tell you. Can you imagine you walk on the street and the random guy gives you a freaking stack and says, go do something with that? Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Here's a sneak peek. Shh, don't tell Boo. I got some of her clips here. As you can see, it's much more greener than the Bush TVs. Now, we're going to skip to the future. We're not going to choose a Choose Life Tuesday. We'll be traveling to the future and see how it's going on the Wednesday. W3W Wednesday. I hear and see the chit chat and the chi, the gossip, the rumors. Let me tell you, yes. While you talking about conspiracy theories, I'm telling you, while you're making fun of it, a conspiracy is being waged against you every single day. And these guys aren't playing. Remember, World War III started against us all in 1952. It's go time, lekker lekker. We also got a few pebbles. Wise up. Since you're all the way from France, there's a few stars you ought to not be seeing regularly. The camera is struggling to get a photo, but it's looking like a smiley with a moon and I think Mars. It's the W3W Wednesday here on our Namibian foodforest homestead. Mukoso is the one that seems the most happy with development. Let me show you just now what we're doing today. But before we can do that, let's go back to yesterday to make sense of it all. A bit of beautiful road here in Namibia. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna choose another life here on the Choose Life Tuesday. If all goes well, I'm making a little bit of money today. Enough for a week's salary about for someone. So while the job is more or less going, I think let's get somebody else. If the opportunity allows, why not? Let's get some more speed onto that. Alright, here we got a few guys looking for work. Choka choka! Choka choka! Charcoal!
Wat is dit, meneer?
Charcoal!
Wat is dit?
Ja, kolle.
Ja, ik kan ook deze werk.
Kolle.
Ja.
Je moet jou eie byl hê. Byl.
Eerste werk ik moet doen.
Dis ook manne. Yes, choka. Charcoal, kolle. Je moet 'n byl hê. Ja. X. Back on a Wednesday. Thank you for those coffees. It really makes it easy for me to plan some other things around and, you know, check it out. Starting from the other end, we got Elias today. He's helping us out and tackling this trench work from this side. So he's also not staying on the homestead. He's staying at this water point, and he'll continue for us. And we'll see how much can be done in a week. Hopefully him and Mukoso meet up each other somewhere there in the middle. Early morning when I drove past here, I saw Mukoso was about here. So he makes quite quick progress. So he finished up this last stretch yesterday. So today is past the turn and onto the straight. So we'll see where he and Elias meet sometime. Definitely not today. Maybe 5 days. Let's see. I hope a week is a good time. So this is where Mukoso are. We'll see how much he gets done in the day. About an hour later, Elias is making really good progress. About an hour later, can you see Mukoso peeking out there behind the bush and the tree? Making good progress. He was very happy to hear he's not having to do the whole mile alone. It's really a very short and hot winter. Look at this mulberry. Full of little fruits. Something tried the lemongrass also. Pinching off a bit of time here also. Let's see what can be done. Filling this gaps in here, that takes a lot of time and cement because you can't do much at a time. Then it peels away, and once again quite rough on the end. And that wall has now become a kombuismuur, a kitchen wall. And a few hasty bricks later, gotta down this coffee, go check up on those guys. Really a lot of mice this year. They're quite in a hurry today. Here at the overhead sprinklers, the germination is starting to look real good. A lot of, well, it might be some weeds now, but it's a lot. I think it's some seeds of ours. Yeah, some real tiny things. I don't see proper onions yet. Look at those tiny. I've been giving it water every morning and every evening. I think this is barley. This might be onions. I wonder. Oh, that's the sorghum. Oh no, I don't think I see onions yet. Oh, it's looking good. Not much green from far away. We'll see in a week's time. After lunch, well, Mukoso has a bit of a head start today with the trench. Why not distract him? He's removing these tires for us. I thought I heard the tractor, but I was a bit busy there. So he ripped a bit. And this guy is almost at the first pole. Having some rocks. Now this is quite good progress.
Oui.
There in the distance you can see Mukoso. He has a stretch that Makoso did. I don't know why. I wasn't here, but the tractor ripped over it again. I don't know. This spot isn't good. Oh, they got the stone out.
The tractor didn't
Big
rock
one.
here because of this rock.
Oh,
When we moved, he was already forward. So I think maybe next time we will continue here. Maybe.
oh, but this is a small piece. You can just finish that.
I can finish it.
But for the most part, they said they ripped it everywhere.
Yeah. From here until there.
So halfway to the next pole.
Because like the one that I took there, it was big and it was on the way. So, but that one came easily.
So my plan with the ripper tooth worked, and they ripped a bit. And now we jump to the Thursday. Check this out. I think it's this marula tree's roots. Massive. With about an hour and a half to go on the Thursday, Elias is halfway between his first two poles, battling a few rocks again. Mokoso is here almost at this pole. So yeah, he was doing about 40 meters, I guess. Still got an hour or so to go. So I counted from here to there. It's exactly 6 poles, 600 meters that's got to be done. It's not much. It means we're definitely, like, it doesn't look that way, but we're over halfway. So just 600 meters to go. Not bad. Very nice stone, more than half, a meter and a half basically. It could make a bench. I see Grace's go-to comment is, where is the cow? Well, don't worry, the cow is just outside there somewhere. If the cow walks away, we get the other cow. The deal is we get a cow that stays. So I can't believe the cow walked away because he has so much grass as compared to outside. But Beshi wanted some greener pastures, but there isn't. Good luck with that. The plan was to go get the replacement cow today, but it didn't turn out that way. So sometime soon we'll get a new Beshi and T-bone, don't worry. Stay tuned. This mulberry is having some green too. This Luciana. Anyways, with the cow, it seems Boo have to go teach somebody, help with exams and all that. So since Boo is not here to help me drink all the milk, I also think it's not worth the effort with the cow right now. So perhaps I'll get the cow when Boo comes back. Or maybe to get the cow now is good, then it can get used to us and get domesticated and all that in the meantime. Plus raid a little bit here of grass in the food forest. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. You think about it. Let us know there in the comments in a few days or whatever. We'll see how much urgency is there to the cow right now. I'm told we can get one of these. Oh, awesome. Anyway, so I was so concerned about quality. Never double check the hole size. A little bit. So we're using a welder to get the hole to the right size. It's no use returning it and getting one with the right sizes, because then I get a cheap quality one. Looks like it will work. So hopefully this afternoon Greg can rip it a final 1 or 2 times just to make it super easy for those guys. The other issue is this tooth is quite long, so now here's a bump and it's not going there flush. So if this was your thing, how do I return it to you? With a proper tooth that's strong, or one that's weak but it's fitting? I don't know. I think a stronger tooth is better. We'll see how it rips, and hopefully it's not breaking. Long ago, when our first sheep walked away, like Beshi just did just the other day, we bought a block for them to lick on, a lick block or whatever. So these 3 are enjoying this one now. For documentation purposes only. Except for the little bit of frost here and there. It was a real hot winter indeed. And my feet usually looks way worse, with much more bigger cracks in here by this time. So lekker winter indeed. The big bunny, the big rabbit, our first rabbit. Also, hey, there's a little frog. But Big Bun also didn't make it through the Choose Life Tuesday, unfortunately. Quite a sad day. I'm very happy with how the soil is looking compared to what we started with. Here in the beginning, the top layer especially. And good news on the Thursday. These 2 bees got a new rooster here on the homestead. So he'll stay in here for a day or 2. Maybe they'll all have a weekend in here. Let's see. The sheep are still fine and free. They're just sleeping anywhere random in here these days. And the cows, they pitched up very far. They didn't go back to the post where they came from. They went to like another post 3 kilometers from that place. So the cows are around. They're fine. And I still think I'd rather wait a little bit before I get the replacements on the homestead. I foresee a bit of a busy week or 2 ahead with all the pipes and stuff that needs to be done. So, on to the end of the video. Chris Heiners, thank you once again. Thank you very much for those coffees. We really do appreciate it. Here is something you don't see much on the bush TVs. This is a stretch between Grootfontein and Tsumeb. Quite some nice hills. And if you want to start the food forest, probably one of the best places. In between these hills, they don't get much frost. And the summer rainfall is above average. Anyway, so there's some Tsumeb hills for you.